Hi, this is Dorothy Fawn. I'm the voice of Meryl Streep from Trigun, Conan from Naruto, and Mercedes from Fire Emblem Three Houses. And you are listening to Podcast Across Worlds, Hawaii's #1 podcast for anime and manga.
We like to read a lot of manga, watch a lot of anime, and talk about it for hours. Welcome to Podcast Across Worlds. I'm your host, Laihua Superfina. Now, today we're taking a trip down memory lane and exploring a familiar transition many of us have experienced, the shift from Shoujo to Josei. Now, my love story with anime and manga began, like countless others, in the dazzling world of Shoujo. Remember Sailor Moon? With its epic battles for love and justice and those unforgettable transformations. That was my introduction to this vast and magical storytelling universe. In middle school, I eagerly devoured shoujo manga. These stories felt like a delightful parallel to Judy Blume. Yes, I read Judy Blume novels, and I adored them back then. The heroines were my age, preteens or teens, navigating the exciting and sometimes awkward world of first crushes, friendships, and self-discovery. Let's take a moment to understand shoujo itself. Shoujo literally means girl in Japanese. It's a genre specifically aimed at young girls. The stories typically feature female protagonists who navigate themes of love, friendship, and personal growth. Yes. Often the focus is on romantic relationships. We see the emotional journey of these characters as they overcome insecurities, communication hurdles, and social challenges on their way to finding love. These were the stories that resonated with me back then. Seeing the heroines grapple with their feelings, overcome social anxieties, and ultimately find love was truly heartwarming. It felt relatable, almost like living vicariously through them, but sometimes that relatability became a touch of frustration. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna be real here. While I love the heartwarming aspects of shoujo, I started noticing a pattern. You guys know what pattern I'm talking about. The stories, though enjoyable, could sometimes feel repetitive. The will they, won't they dynamic often relied on a certain level of hesitation and miscommunication that could easily be resolved with a bit of directness. It felt like the characters were sometimes playing games, but we know they weren't. They weren't in that playfield yet. And while this can add to the romantic tension, it also limited the potential for deeper character development and plot complexity. For example, I grew tired of misunderstandings between the lead characters, stalling the relationship progress. I get it. These insecurities are part of their development, and their relationship blossoms alongside their personal growth. But after a while, it felt predictable. Same goes for the antagonists, who are just love rivals. Their petty plans to keep the couple apart could get annoying, sure. But hey, they know what they want. They wanted it and went for it. You know, I can't knock that. Although it becomes even more frustrating when these rivals hadn't even confessed. Like, do you even have grounds for doing this? Like, you're not even above, not even on the same playing field. Like, they haven't even taken the courage to put themselves out there. So it's like, you don't really have things to be upset about, in my opinion. How can you claim to love someone if you haven't even tried? And if the antagonist did try and got rejected, it's time to let go and move on. However, that doesn't happen in shoujo manga, or shoujo in general. It just doesn't. Let me just give you some examples of what I was reading or watching in the shoujo genre. We got Fruit Basket, a heartwarming story about a girl named Toru Honda who befriends the Soma family, who are cursed to transform into animals from the tiny zodiac. Or on High School Host Club, a comedic story about a poor girl named Haruhi who accidentally breaks a vase at the prestigious Oran High School, and is forced to join the host club to pay off her debt. Peach Girl, a story about a girl named Momo who is falsely accused of being a slut by a jealous classmate. Karikano, a romantic comedy about a high school couple who are both determined to be the top student in their class. That's when Josei, a genre targeting young adult women, entered my world. Think of it as the sophisticated older sister of shoujo. Josei stories often feature female characters in their late teens to late 30s. The focus shifts from the initial butterflies of young love to mature things like career aspirations, navigating complex relationships, and figuring out who you are in the world. These are challenges young adult women face in real life. Now, the examples of Josie that I was watching and reading at the time was Nana, a story about two young women named Nana who moved to Tokyo to pursue their dreams. While sometimes it was classified as a shoujo due to its themes of like friendship and such, Nana explores mature things like relationships, career struggles, and career struggles, making it Josei. No Dame Cantabile, a romantic comedy about a talented but messy musician named Chiaki and a loud and outgoing pianist named Nodame. Paradise Kiss, a story following a high school girl who gets scouted by a fashion design group balancing friendship, dreams, and love. Whew, that was my first angsty story. Ooh! Honey and Clover, a slice of life story about a group of college students who are trying to figure out their lives. Josei heroines are typically more self-assured and decisive than their shoujo counterparts. They have goals and dreams, and while they still experience misunderstandings and conflicts due to human flaws, we're all human. We have flaws, we're not perfect. The focus is often on overcoming those challenges head on. The stories delve deeper into complexities of friendships, exploring mature themes like emotional baggage, past experiences, and societal pressures. It's a more realistic portrayal of love and life. This shift towards Josei felt like a natural progression in my own anime and manga journey. While I still cherish the innocent charm of shoujo, Josei offered a more relatable and realistic portrayal of love and life. The characters grapple with relatable issues, career anxieties, the pressure to settle down, the complexities of adult relationships, and their journeys to feel more grounded and authentic. So if you're more like me and are looking to explore anime and manga beyond the shoujo realm, then dive into the world of Josei. You might just discover a new generation of heroines who will inspire you with their strength, resilience, and pursuit of a fulfilling life. And that's our episode of Podcast Across Worlds, talking about our transition from shoujo to Josei. If you guys like this episode, don't forget to give it a like or leave a review, because the more reviews we have, the more ratings we have, the better. If you guys have also had this experience just like myself, please share it with us. Let us know what you went through, what were the stories that caught your attention, which stories got you to transition from shoujo to josei. Because, I know I'm not the only one who went through this. Other than that, keep reading manga, keep watching anime, and keep listening to Podcasts Across Worlds. We'll catch you on the next one. Hui ho.
Thank you for listening to Podcasts Across Worlds. This is a passion project that was created by Lehua Superfina and is co-hosted by myself, Mikhail Casanova. If you enjoyed this episode and any of the topics that we talk about, or any of the guests and voice actors and various people we have on the show, then make sure you do us a solid by, if you're watching it on YouTube, which is on youtube.com/Lehua Superfina, then make sure you like the video, share it around with someone you think would enjoy it, as well as leave a comment on what you think could be improved, or what you liked, what you didn't like, and all that in between. If you're listening to the show on any of the major podcasting outlets such as Amazon Music, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or any of the others, then make sure you leave a rating, leave a comment, interact with the polls that we put out, and so much more. If you want to support the show, we do have Patreon, as well as many other methods for supporting. And with that being said, we're signing out. We hope you enjoyed this, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Keep listening, keep watching, and keep enjoying Podcasts Across Worlds. We'll see you around.